വർക്കാവട്ടെ.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Sir, please mute yourself.
Okay.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening,
Good
ma'am.
evening,
Good
ma'am.
evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Devika, good evening. Rajalakshmi,
Hi. Good evening. Good evening, ma'am.
Devika, good evening.
Srikala teacher, good evening.
Video on teacher.
Now,
Good evening.
good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, teacher. ശ്രീകല ഞാനിപ്പോ ഒന്ന് കേറിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. 3:50 ഞാനിപ്പോ ഒന്ന് ജോയിൻ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്.
ஹலோ சிவசக்தி மேடம் வணக்கம்.
சார் வணக்கம்.
நேற்றைக்கு காரணத்தில் ஆகி போச்சு.
ஓ ஆமா, நீங்க வரல. ஆமாம் 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 சொன்னா பட் வேற வழி இல்ல. நான் இன்னும் இது போடல. இல்ல நான் மியூட் பண்ணிட்டேன். நான் பேசுறது கேட்காது. யூடியூப்ல கேட்குது. ஃபீட்பேக் ரெடி பண்ண ஜோஸ். ஓகே சரி.
Good evening, James.
ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ്. കേൾക്കാമോ? ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത് കേൾക്കാമോ?
കേൾക്കാം.
ഓക്കെ.
ശിവശക്തി മാം, our resource person. Please. കൂടെ ഉണ്ട് മാം.
കാണാം. നീ തിരക്കിടണ്ട, അപ്പൊ കാണാം കേട്ടോ. ശരിയായി.
മാം ഒന്ന് വീഡിയോ ഒന്ന് ഓൺ ചെയ്യുമോ?
എന്നോടാണോ?
അതെ, ജയമിസിനോടാ. ജയമിസ്.
വീഡിയോ ക്യാമറ ഈസ് ഓൺ.
പക്ഷെ വീഡിയോ ഇല്ല, കണ്ടൂടാ, വന്നില്ല.
ആണോ? ക്യാമറ ഈസ് ഓൺ.
ജയടിച്ചറിന്റെ വീഡിയോ ഓണാണ്, പക്ഷെ ക്യാമറ നേരെ അല്ല ഇരിക്കുന്നത്, ക്യാമറ മുകളിലോട്ടാണ് ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. അതാ കാണാത്തത്.
ഇപ്പോഴോ?
ഇല്ലില്ല.
ഇപ്പോഴോ?
ഇല്ല,
ഇപ്പോഴും ശരിയായില്ല.
എനിക്ക് നേരെ കാണുന്നില്ല, അതാണ്. എനിക്ക് ഇവിടെ അത് ഡിസ്പ്ലേ ആവുന്നില്ല. കാണുന്ന മുകളിലേക്കാ.
മുകളിലോട്ടാണ് കാണുന്നത്. ഹലോ സാർ, നമസ്കാരം.
നമസ്കാരം നമസ്കാരം.
ഇപ്പൊ കാണുന്നോ സാറേ?
ഇല്ല 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 കാണുന്നില്ല. സമയമുണ്ട്, ടെൻഷൻ വേണ്ട, 10 മിനിറ്റ് ഉണ്ട്.
ഇപ്പൊ കുറച്ച് കാണാം അല്ലേ?
ഇപ്പൊ ഏകദേശം മതി ടീച്ചറെ.
കണ്ടല്ലേ?
അതുകൊണ്ടാ ഇച്ചിരി ക്ലാരിറ്റി കുറവാ. അതുകൊണ്ടാ വ്യക്തമായതുകൊണ്ടാ
ക്ലാരിറ്റി കുറവല്ലേ?
കുറവാ.
ഹലോ 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 മാഡം മാഡം
സാർ
ഹലോ
ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ്.
ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ്.
ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ് മാഡം.
ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ്.
ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ്.
ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ്. കേൾക്കാമോ?
കേക്കാം.
ഹലോ ഹലോ.
ഹായ്.
യൗമാരി ടീച്ചർ.
സ്ക്രീൻ ക്ലാരിറ്റി ഉണ്ട്. മാഡത്തിനെ കാണാം, ടീച്ചറിനെ കാണാം. ടീച്ചറിനെ മുകളിലോട്ടാ നോക്കുന്നത്.
അതെ അതെ. ഇങ്ങോട്ട് തിരിഞ്ഞാ മതി.
ഫ്രണ്ടിലോട്ട് നോക്കിയാല്
ഇപ്പൊ ശരിയായോ?
ഇങ്ങോട്ട് തിരിഞ്ഞാ മതി.
ഫ്രണ്ടിലോട്ട് നോക്കുന്നില്ല. ഇല്ല അത് കുഴപ്പമില്ല. ഇപ്പൊ ഇരുന്ന പൊസിഷൻ മതി, ഇങ്ങോട്ട് മതി.
ഇങ്ങനെ മതി അല്ലേ?
ഇപ്പൊ കുറച്ച് അങ്ങോട്ട് തിരിഞ്ഞു. റൈറ്റ്. മതി മതി മതി. ഓക്കെ.
സുകുമാർ സാറൊക്കെ വന്നോ സാറേ? ഹലോ.
വന്നു ഞാനുണ്ട്.
സാർ വന്നു, മനോജ് സാറ്, സ്നേഹതി, രാജലക്ഷ്മി, ദേവിക നേരത്തെ വന്നു, അനിത വന്നു.
ഇന്ന് മഴയുണ്ടോ അവിടെ?
ഇല്ലല്ലോ.
ഇല്ല, ഇവിടുത്തെ കാലാവസ്ഥ മോശം.
ശരി. അതിപ്പോ രാവിലെ ആയിരുന്നു.
ഇപ്പഴാ ക്ലാരിറ്റി കൂടുതലല്ലേ? ക്ലാരിറ്റി ഉണ്ടോ?
ഇങ്ങോട്ട് തിരിഞ്ഞല്ലേ?
ടീച്ചറെ അങ്ങോട്ട് ഇങ്ങോട്ട് തിരിഞ്ഞോ?
ചെറിയ മംഗലം അല്ലേ?
മംഗലം വേറെ ഒരു ലൈറ്റ് ഓഫ് ചെയ്തോ? അതോ കൂടുതലുണ്ടോന്ന് അറിയാനാ.
ഇല്ല അതുപോലെ
തന്നെ.
ക്യാമറ സാറേ മംഗലം എങ്ങനെ വരുന്നു?
ഗുഡ് മോർണിംഗ് മാഡം. അല്ല ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ് മാഡം.
ഓൾമോസ്റ്റ് ഓക്കെ അല്ലേ?
ശരിയാവില്ല.
ഇല്ല അത് കുഴപ്പമില്ല. ഇതിപ്പോ കാണാം. പക്ഷെ ടീച്ചറിനെ മുകളിലോട്ട് നോക്കിക്കൊണ്ടായിരിക്കുന്നേ.
ക്യാമറ കുറച്ച് താഴത്താ.
അതെ അതെ കുഴപ്പമില്ല. ഇപ്പൊ കറക്റ്റ് ആയിരുന്നു.
ലൈറ്റ് കുറയുന്നതാണ്, അതുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു കുഴപ്പം വരും. ക്യാമറ പുറകിലാണ് ലൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, അപ്പൊ ക്യാമറ നേരെ ലൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യുക, അതുകൊണ്ട് കുറെ ക്ലാരിറ്റി. ഇപ്പൊ കുറെ വ്യത്യാസമുണ്ട്. അതെ, ബാക്കിലേക്ക് കുഴപ്പമായിരുന്നു.
പ്രസന്റേഷൻ ഇവിടെ കാണുന്ന സമയത്ത് എന്നെ കാണാൻ പറ്റുമായിരിക്കും.
സൈഡില് വരും.
എന്തോ എന്തോ
അല്ല, സൈഡിലോട്ട് മാറുന്നേ വരും.
അത് ഞാൻ പഠിച്ചു.
മൈക്ക് മ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറഞ്ഞോളൂ. ആവശ്യമില്ലാത്തവരെല്ലാം മൈക്ക് മ്യൂട്ട്. ആൾ പ്ലീസ് മ്യൂട്ട് യുവർ മൈക്ക്.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another great day of national webinar on eco-friendly practices for sustainability. Let's begin today's webinar with prayer. I invite Ms. Mrudula for the prayer.
സത്യമെന്നുള്ള ശീലമോടെ ഞാൻ ശാന്തി അറിയണമേ. അമ്മയെന്നറിയുവാനുള്ള ബോധമുണ്ടാകണേ. ജീവജാലങ്ങളാകയും ജന്മ ഒരു ജന്മമാകയും സേവനത്താൽ ഒരു ധന്യ ജീവിതമാകുകയും ഒരു ആടിക്കാതെ കാരുണ്യവും ഏകിടുമാ പുണ്യനാമമെന്നും പാദങ്ങൾ വന്നിക്കണേ.
Thank you, Mridula. For welcome speech, I would like to invite Dr. S. Manoj, Associate Professor, Department of Physical Education, NSS Training College, Changanasheri. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Shivashakti ma'am. Good evening, everyone. We, the humans, are polluting the environment in as many ways as we can. We are the only species on Earth which deliberately pollute the environment in which they live. We harm the environment when we use cosmetics, when we travel, when we throw away plastics, when we use pesticides and chemical fertilizers. In short, we are slowly making our planet uninhabitable for our future generations. The sacred grove, in Malayalam we call them Sarthakavugal, have been part of the customs and tradition of India for several generations. They can be found in various forms in several parts of India. They are considered as miniature biodiversity hotspots. They are also the local oxygen banks and they replenish wells and ponds in their surroundings, thus providing a healthy atmosphere for all kinds of flora and fauna to thrive. Several endangered plant species can be found in our sacred groves. For example, a tree that was believed to have gone extinct for almost 200 years had just been found in Kerala. The tree, Madhukara dichostemon or Kavilipa in Malayalam, was discovered just 2 weeks back in a sacred grove in Kunail Ayiravalli Shiva Temple in Paravur near Kollam in Kerala. Hence, let us conserve our sacred groves to sustain life on earth and for future generations. Today, on the penultimate day of our week-long webinar series, we are really lucky to have Dr. Thea Jayakumari as the resource person. She has a vast teaching experience of 33 years in various government colleges. She was the head of the Department of Botany, the vice principal, and the principal in charge of Government College for Women Trivandrum, from where she retired in 2016. She has several achievements to her credit. She holds an Asian record for writing most books on environment and wildlife. She has published 10 scientific papers in national and international journals. She has published more than 250 popular science articles in Malayalam and English in various dailies and periodicals. She has published about 40 books in Malayalam and 1 book in English. She has given more than 50 talks in science programs and Haridavani of Akashvani on diverse topics. She is the founder member and president of Sahyadri Natural History Society, Thiruvananthapuram. A few of the awards bestowed upon her are the University Merit Scholarship for BSc and MSc. She has won the Kerala University Merit Award for securing first rank in MSc in 1982. Professor A. Abraham Gold Medal for scoring highest marks in MSc, Genetics and Plant Breeding in 1982. She was also awarded the Jawaharlal Nehru Fund Memorial Fund Award for securing first rank in MSc, the Aryabhatiya Award for securing PhD in Botany from Swedish Academy, Swedish Science Movement in 2010. She has also won the first Paristhithi Sahitya Award instituted by Sparrow Nature Conservation Forum in 2016. Teacher, you are most welcome. We are all eagerly waiting for your discourse. On behalf of NSS Training College, Changanasheri, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, I welcome our principal, Dr. Pradeep Kumar. This program would not have been possible but for the enthusiasm and sincere efforts of our coordinator, Dr. Srikala, and Dr. Shivashakti Rajamal, Assistant Professor, and Coordinator, Center for Capability Building Programs, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai. On behalf of NSS Training College, Changanasheri, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, and everyone present here, I extend a very warm welcome to these dynamic persons. Last but not the least, I cordially welcome all my colleagues, my dear students, and all others present here to this program. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your warm welcome speech. Now, for thought-provoking session, I would like to invite our resource person, Dr. T.R. Jayakumari, Professor of Botany, Government College for Women, Trivandrum. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. So, good evening, all of you. First of all, I would like to thank all the organizers for inviting me for a webinar like this. And this is my first experience as a speaker in a webinar. So, I thank all of you for inviting me. Actually, after my retirement, I am disconnected from the field of teaching. Now I am concentrating more on writing about nature, environment, wildlife, and all that. And my aim is to make the students and the youth aware of the world around us. Now the youth, the new gen people are in an electronic era. They are roaming about the electronic equipments. I want to make them aware of the world outside there. So I am writing a lot of books and articles on that topic. And as mentioned in the biodata, I have written more than 40 books. And lately, I, together with my co-writer, Sri Vinod Kumar, made an investigation into the sacred groves of Kerala. Because in Kerala, sacred groves culture is a long tradition. But nowadays, they are mostly ignored and nobody knows about the sacred groves here. So we wanted to expose the sacred groves in Kerala. So we made an investigation from Trivandrum up to Kasaragod, throughout the length and breadth of Kerala. We investigated, we went there personally, gathered information from the local people as well as from the priests about the history, tradition, the folklore associated, and also about the biodiversity. And we could visit over 150 sacred groves, and we concentrated only on the large sized ones, which are larger than 1 acre or so. There are very small sacred groves as well, but it's not possible to study all the sacred groves in Kerala because the number is too much. So we selected certain sacred groves which have some unique features, and we collected data about 150 of them, and we could publish a book recently that came out last 1 week about that book. I will tell you later. So today I'll be talking about the sacred groves from my experiences and observations during the investigation. Now let us go to the PPT. Sorry. Sorry, I could not share this PowerPoint. What happened? Can you see?
No.
No. So we need there.
Share now കൊടുത്തിട്ട് അതിൽ ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്തിട്ട്
ഏതിലാ?
ഇത് പ്രസന്റ് കൊടുത്തില്ലേ സ്ക്രീൻ വരും, അപ്പൊ അതിലൊന്ന് ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്തിട്ട് താഴെ ഷെയർ
പ്രസന്റ് നൗ എന്ന് കിടക്കുന്നു. യുവർ എൻറ്റയർ സ്ക്രീൻ എന്നുണ്ട്, എ വിൻഡോ എന്നുണ്ട്.
ഇതില്
എ വിൻഡോ ആണോ?
സ്ക്രീൻ
എന്റെ സ്ക്രീൻ കൊടുത്തപ്പോഴാണ് എന്തൊക്കെ ഓപ്ഷൻസ് ചോദിക്കുന്നു. കാൺ ഷെയർ യുവർ സ്ക്രീൻ.
സ്ക്രീനില് ആ വിൻഡോ അതിൽ വന്ന വിൻഡോയിൽ ഒന്ന് ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്തു.
No, I can't share. What happened? I don't know.
അർജുൻ ഉണ്ടോ? അർജുൻ ദേവിക അതെങ്ങനെ ഇത് ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്? അതില്
ടീച്ചറിന്റെ ഷെയർ സ്ക്രീൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞൊരു ഓപ്ഷൻ റൈറ്റ് സൈഡിൽ 3 ഡോട്ട് കണ്ടോ? റൈറ്റ് ഹാൻഡ് അതിൽ ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഷെയർ സ്ക്രീൻ ഉണ്ട്. രണ്ടാമത്തെ ഓപ്ഷൻ ഷെയർ സ്ക്രീൻ. റൈറ്റ് ഹാൻഡിൽ 3 ഡോട്ട് കണ്ടോ? നമ്മുടെ മൈക്രോഫോണിന്റെ തൊട്ടടുത്ത് അതിൽ ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ 4 ഓപ്ഷൻസ് ഉണ്ട്. അതിൽ ഷെയർ സ്ക്രീനിൽ ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്യും.
Not in that 3 dots. You have to click there. The present now. Present now is there. No.
I did there. I clicked there and 2 options. Your entire screen having Joe.
Yeah. You select ma'am. Entire screen you select just. Or a window. If you are having a window, you can select a window. Or you select your entire screen. Otherwise, you send you mail your PPT, ma'am. You mail your PPT to.
Okay, that can be done.
Yes. You can mail the PPT to Srikala, ma'am. Or WhatsApp. In WhatsApp, please share it with Srikala, ma'am.
In PPT, yeah?
In WhatsApp also you can share it. We'll download it and we'll do it.
To take some time in there. Uploading.
എനിക്കൊന്ന് വാട്സപ്പ് ചെയ്ത് തന്നാ മതി. ഞാൻ
ഞാനത് ചെയ്യണം.
ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യാം.
കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറിലാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അതാണ് കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറിൽ കിടക്കുക. അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ ടൈം എടുക്കും. ശ്രീകല അത് അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നേ ഉള്ളേ.
വാട്സപ്പ് ആണോ?
അല്ല, കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറിൽ കിടക്കാണ്.
അല്ല, ഇതിപ്പം എനിക്ക് എങ്ങോട്ടാ അയക്കുന്നത്? വാട്സപ്പിലല്ലേ?
ഞാൻ വാട്സാപ്പിൽ അയച്ചു തരാം. ആണെങ്കിൽ വാട്സാപ്പിലേക്ക് തരാൻ വേണ്ടിട്ട് ഞാൻ എടുക്കുവാണ്. ആകുന്നുണ്ട്. പ്രതീക്ഷിച്ചില്ല. Something wrong. Okay. Okay. ശ്രീകല ഇമെയിൽ ഐ ഡി ഒന്ന് അയച്ചു തരുവാണെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ അതിലേക്ക് അയക്കാം. അതായിരിക്കും വേണ്ടി കൂടുതൽ ഈസി.
போதுமா?
Okay, okay. It comes now. അത് അപ്ലോഡ് ആവുന്നേ ഉള്ളൂ. ഒരു 2 മിനിറ്റ് കൂടെ എടുക്കും.
അല്ല ഇതിലും ലേറ്റ് ആവും.
ഞാൻ ഫിനിഷ് ചെയ്തോളാം. ഡോണ്ട് വറി.
മൊബൈൽ ആയതുകൊണ്ടേ സ്ലോ ആവോ.
അതല്ല, ഞാൻ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറിലാണ് ഡൗൺലോഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്.
அடிஷனல் தான் 100 தான் கொடுப்பான் போல. சரி நாளைக்கு அந்த ஜோஸ்பின் பேர்ல நம்ம
ശ്രീകല വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. എത്തിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. കിട്ടിയോ?
മെയിൽ വന്നില്ല. ഇല്ല
മെയിൽ വന്നിട്ടുണ്ടാവും.
ഇല്ല, മെയിൽ ഓൺ ചെയ്ത് ഇട്ടേക്കുക. ഇപ്പൊ വന്നു. ഡൗൺലോഡിംഗ് ഉള്ളൂ.
Something wrong with the PowerPoint, I think. Sorry. Very sorry.
No, it is downloading. I will try. It is downloading only.
Okay.
Yes, it is. I think it is downloaded. 1 minute.
I don't know. Something's wrong.
ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്യണോ?
ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്തോളൂ. എനിക്കിവിടെ ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നില്ല. എന്തോ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ സ്റ്റക്ക് ആയി. സംതിങ് ഹാപ്പൻഡ്. എനിക്കറിയില്ല എന്താ പറ്റിയെന്ന്. ഓപ്പൺ ആവുന്നുണ്ടോ?
ശ്രീകലയുടെ മൈക്ക് മ്യൂട്ടാണ്. ശ്രീകലയുടെ മൈക്ക് മ്യൂട്ടായിരിക്കണം.
I think there is some problem with the
ഇത്രയും നേരം ഞാൻ അതിൽ വർക്ക് ചെയ്തോണ്ടിരിക്കുവായിരുന്നു, ഒരു പ്രശ്നമില്ലായിരുന്നാണ്. എന്താണ് സംഭവിച്ചതെന്ന് എനിക്ക് അറിയാൻ വയ്യ. Anyway, I will talk. എന്റെ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ എന്തോ ഹാങ് ആയത പോലെ ഉണ്ട്. ഒറ്റ ഫയലും വർക്ക് ചെയ്യും.
കണ്ടോ?
നോക്കട്ടെ.
വെൽക്കം വന്നു, വെൽക്കം കാണാം.
പറ്റുമായിരിക്കാം അല്ലേ? വെരി സോറി, വെരി സോറി all of you.
ക്ലിയർ ആയി ഇപ്പൊ ക്ലിയർ ആയി.
കിടന്നോട്ടെ. So very sorry all of you. So today's topic is sacred groves, the age-old tradition for nature conservation. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ പറയുമ്പോഴേക്കും അടുത്ത സ്ലൈഡ് ആക്കിക്കൊണ്ടാ മതി കേട്ടോ. നീ പറയാതിരിക്കേണ്ട, പറയുന്ന അനുസരിച്ച് ഞാൻ സംസാരിച്ചു. So you know, nature is very important to us. It gives us everything. Whatever we want in life is given by nature. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, the place where we live in, all are gifts of nature. And our ancestors were wise enough to think of the importance of nature in maintaining human race and also other organisms. So they respected nature. And this was done by assigning divinity to natural objects or natural elements like stones, rocks, mountains, rivers, jungles, etc. And this culture of nature worship was an integral part of human society from the prehistoric times. And sacred groves is one such form of nature worship. It is the worship of nature that provides everything for their livelihood security. And this is associated with a number of customs, folklore, social and religious taboos. But the sacred groves are now under various types of human-induced pressures since a few decades. And this is due to various reasons that we will come to that later. Next slide, please. And I mentioned earlier, sacred groves are under threat from different sides. But nowadays, there is an increased interest in nature worship. And this arose after the Convention on Biological Diversity. And Convention on Biological Diversity, or CBD, is an international UN treaty which aims at three aspects. One is conservation of biological diversity. Second one is sustainable utilization of biodiversity. Third one, fair and equitable sharing of the benefits arising from the utilization of genetic resources. These were the three aims of CBD. And this was signed in June 5th, 1992. And this is in remembrance of this day we celebrate World Environment Day every year. And one of the agenda of this CBD is community-based conservation strategies. And for that, sacred groves form a role model. And realization of the importance of these community-based practices in nature and natural resource conservation led to a resurgence of nature worship nowadays. And now, sacred grove culture has increased manifolds, especially during the past few decades. But still, the gap between scientific knowledge and traditional knowledge remains wider. Next one. What actually are these sacred groves? These sacred groves represent an ancient nature conservation tradition protected by a lot of reverence, respect, fear, and sentiments of the local people. And this is the first major effort to recognize and conserve local biodiversity. And this reflects the foresightedness of our forefathers in sustainably preserving the gifts of nature for future generations. Now, some of the definitions. Next, please. Some of the definitions of sacred groves. Sacred groves have been defined very easily. According to the International Union for the Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, IUCN. You know, IUCN is the international organization concerned with the preparation of the red data list. That is the list of endangered plants and animals. And this IUCN defines sacred groves as sacred natural places. And M.S. Swaminathan, the hero of Green Revolution in India, father of Green Revolution in India, defines sacred groves as one method of expressing the gratitude of human families to the trees which sustain and support life under a given agroecological condition. And the third definition given is somewhat larger, but the essence is the same. The definition goes: segments of landscape containing vegetation and life forms, plus geographical features, delimited and protected by human societies under the belief that to keep them in a relatively undisturbed state is the expression of an important relationship of humans with the divine or with nature. And that definition was given by two investigators, Hughes. Then, continuing with the definition and the features of sacred groves, these are actually fragments of virgin forests. Virgin forests in the sense that they are untouched, they are kept untouched. And these are preserved by the strength of religious beliefs. And they are preserved for social, cultural, and religious purposes. And another thing to be mentioned in the case of sacred groves is that they are maintained by local people or the indigenous and tribal communities in reverence of a particular deity. And these sacred groves are found in different countries across the globe, in Asia, Africa, Europe, and the Americas, but now they are restricted to Asia and Africa. And in India also, a large number of sacred groves are reported right from the pre-Vedic period. And all the southern states, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, then northeast, Bihar, Orissa, Madhya Pradesh, and all these states have a number of sacred groves. Coming to Kerala, Kerala had a rich tradition of sacred groves, and actually there is no strict documentation, correct documentation of the number or biodiversity of groves in Kerala. And it is supposed that there are at least 25,000 of them even now. But most of them are underrepresented, not studied. And about 2,000 large ones have been studied, at least partially. And regarding the number, Alappuzha district has the maximum number of sacred groves, whereas the largest size of groves are found in Kasaragod district. And the sacred groves in Kerala differ widely with respect to the area, the deity worshipped, the mode of worship, rituals performed, then restrictions, taboos, etc. So, and also the deity worshipped differ widely. We'll come to that later. And here in Kerala, generally the sacred groves are called simply called the Kava or Sarpakava, Nagargava or Nagarvanam, because most of them have the serpent god as the residing deity. But other deities are also there in some groves, especially in the northern Kerala. Some other deities are also worshipped. Bhagavati, Shasta or Ayyappan, Paramashivan, and even Sri Hanuman are worshipped in different places. And some of the important major sacred groves in Kerala, Iringol Kava. Somebody in Kerala may be interested to know Iringol Kava, Kammadangava, Nagampulimana, Pambumekava, Vettikoda, Mannarsara, all these Kerala people may be knowing, but this is not familiar with the other people. Some of the pictures of some of the sacred groves, just to show you some of the pictures. This is Pambumekava in Thrissur, one of the famous grove where serpent god is worshipped. Next one. And this is Veeranakava Chiravur, Srikanda, Dharmashastra cover. I think the names are not that relevant because the people from Tamil Nadu or other states may not be interested in their names. So just to pass on, please. Next one, please. I would like to show you that these are actually the forest. This is one sacred grove. This is Kotalkavu from Kasaragod, Bhuvaneshwari Temple, Kollam, and some other one. Just to show you the pictures, no explanation. And this one on the left side, this is previous one, the picture. I want to tell you something about that. And this one on the left side with that blue chamiana, and there it is a very unique sacred grove in Kerala, which is characterized by a very special feature. You might have heard of dolmens. Dolmens are ancient megalithic stone monuments, which are supposed to be places where the rishis performed penance or the tombs of Adivasis, the tribal people. And here you can see about 12 dolmens. And here you can see there are 3 people praying there. Beyond that, there is a place. This one. Can you see? This one. This is the dolmen. There were 2 of them in front of the Sanctum Sanctorum. One was fully exposed, but the other was immersed in soil. And these dolmens are supposed to be about 3,000, 5,000 years old. So this sacred grove may be having an age about 5,000 years. So that's one. And this is Koilkavu, second one. Second photo there. That's Koilkavu by the Arabian Sea, coastal sacred grove. Next one, please. Next. And these sacred groves are associated with religious features, biotic features, and environmental features. Let us see an overview of the religious features. As I mentioned earlier, these are sanctified areas, the abode of community gods and guardian spirits, which are symbolized in objects like trees, stones, and man-made objects. And tallest tree in that area is considered as the abode of gods, and that is called the Sthala Vriksha. And that will be worshipped. In different sacred groves, different types of trees are there. Banyan tree, banyan tree, a national tree of India. People, devil's tree, national tree, state tree of West Bengal. Palmyra palm, state tree of Tamil Nadu, etc. So that depending on the sacred grove, the Sthala Vriksha varies. And the idols or the deities are consecrated below the tree. Then all the trees and the living organisms there, all the animals, birds, etc., are supposed to be children of the deity there. So if somebody causes some damage, some disturbance to these, the deity will be angry. So in order to prevent that, so she or he will shower curse on the intruders, and so people are prohibited from disturbing the flora and fauna there. They will be prohibited from felling trees, collecting firewood, plucking fruits, and even removing a tube or plucking a leaf is considered taboo. And usually, the sacred groves are kept untouched and undisturbed. Entry in the grove is prohibited except in the area where rituals are performed. And in most cases, the people will go there only for religious purposes, sometimes once in a month, sometimes once in a year. And in some groves, there are many daily pujas, morning and evening. In some other cases, the pujas will be done only on Tuesdays and Fridays and all that. That depends, depending on the sacred grove. Then coming to the biotic features, these are virgin forests. And they are located in human habitations and are formed naturally. Nobody cultivated the trees there. It grew naturally, either from bird droppings or from the seeds coming through the wind or like that. They are formed naturally without the intervention of human beings. And they are actually miniature forests, away from the actual forest. Another thing is that the sacred groves are always evergreen with luxuriant vegetation of different types. There are trees of different types, large sized ones, very large ones, large sized ones, medium sized ones, small ones. So different trees, and they are collectively called multi-layered trees with the shrubs. Lianas are woody climbers, large sized climbers. Then small climbers, herbs, small plants, and undergrowth. And the floor, forest floor, the sacred grove floor is rich in humus. Humus is the dead remains, completely decayed biological material is called humus. It is rich in humus, and this humus contains a lot of microorganisms and is the media for the growth of fungi and forms. And thus the biotic, the sacred groves form life-supporting systems, and this forms the backbone of rural economy and culture. Next one. Some of the pictures, just to show some pictures, you can see on the left side a very thick forest with plenty of vegetation. There is a walkway through which you can you can enter the place where rituals are performed. Here, some walk paths, footpaths are constructed. Just to show you the picture of it. No more details required. And you can see the thick forest beyond the place of worship. The idols are kept here, and the forest beyond that, thick forests are there. Here also you can see the second one, that's in Trivandrum district. And this is a very large one, Timirikawa. Here also it looks like an actual forest with large trees and darkened interiors and like that. And next one also, I'm just showing you to say that these are actually mini forests. These are also showing the thick forest beneath. And in the second one, there is a pathway is cut, and that is the at times of rituals, in order to allow the devotees to walk, a path is cut. And see the forest here, Karnataka and followed the Karnataka. Next one, please. Next one, please. Then, the most important aspect about the sacred groves, other than the biotic features and the religious features, is the ecosystem services that they offer. And the most important thing is that they support local biodiversity. They are actually repositories of genes, gene pools. And regarding the fauna, a large number of fauna of different types and flora are there. Regarding the flora, large number of timber trees, fruit trees, lianas or woody climbers, parasitic plants, epiphytic plants, medicinal plants, ferns, lichens, mosses. Likewise, a very large collection of plants occur there in the sacred groves. And among these are the endemic and the endangered ones. Endemic plants are those which are adjusted, which are found only in a particular locality. They are adapted to, or they are able to grow only in a particular area. They have evolved in such a way that they can live only in a particular habitat. And such plants are called endemic plants. And when something happens to that particular habitat, see, if some changes occur, these plants will perish, and thus they become endangered. They cannot live anywhere else. For example, when you say endemic of Western Ghats, it means that this plant can live only in the Western Ghats. If something happens, if the conditions in the Western Ghats vary, change, this plant or animal cannot survive. So gradually they will undergo, they will perish. So these are sites of endemic and endangered plants also. Then coming to the fauna, there are inhabiting animals as well as visitating animals. Inhabiting animals include, as all of you know, the sacred groves contain a lot of reptiles, snakes, chiefly, lizards, and they are actually considered as sites of snakes. Different types of snakes are there. All of you know. Then mammals, different types of mammals: fox, mongoose, monkeys, rabbits, mice, bats, etc. Amphibians like frog. Then birds of different types, small as well as large ones, eagles, vultures, like that. Then there are the visiting animals, birds and butterflies, bees also. All these will either inhabit there, they stay there permanently, or they will be visiting. These are some of the pictures. I just want to show you the pictures. This is the left one. This is the picture of sacred grove of my family, and the second one is the sacred grove in Ernakulam district, and this is a very large tree. The tree standing there is very large. You can see the forest behind, the thick forest behind, and a small building there, man-made, and a very small one. And one thing I want to say is that in sacred groves, usually human constructions, the conventional sacred groves may not have any human constructions. The deities will be kept in open air. There will be no roof over that. Then, but in some places, you will have small human constructions. And here also you can see a very large tree on the left side. On the right side also, largely this is an axonica plant in Kollam district. And this is a sacred grove with lots of old aged plants. You can see all these trees are very, very old plants. Next one, please. Next slide. And here on the left side, I showed this picture not to show the people standing there, but to show a structure which is this triangular shaped structure. This is called the buttress root. I don't know whether you are natural science students and teachers. Buttress means in very large sized trees. In order to give additional support, the basal portion expands in a triangular fashion to all sides. Imagine the Eiffel Tower. You know the shape. The basal portion is expanded, and when you go up, it is narrowing, just like a triangle. Like that, the tree has a triangular expanded basal portion, which is actually a modified root. And see, I am showing this picture in order to compare the size of the buttress with the person standing there. Double the size, at least double, but more than that. So, see the size of the, this is not the trunk of the tree, this is actually the buttress root. Buttress root, one more thing I can show you, see the right picture. You can see the triangular structures, expanded structures there, and this is also buttress root. This has a much expanded buttress root. And in the middle, this is a previous one, please. And here, this is a grove in Ernakulam with the thick forest behind, and this is a very large tree with the buttress root beneath. Very large means very, very large, about 50 meters or so, very high. And this is a plant known as the cloth bark tree, which is familiar to you. You know that the rishis used the bark of this plant as clothes, and that's why it is called a cloth bark tree. And botanically it is called Antiaris toxicaria. It is very rare now. It is endangered, placed in the IUCN Red List. But we could find a few trees here and in some other groves of Ernakulam district as well as in Kannur district. Okay, next one please. Next please. And this is, you saw the pictures of large sized trees in the previous slides, but here I want to show you the ground flora, small sized plants. And this is not as thick as the previous ones, scattered trees or dry deciduous trees with lots of climbers. Here also you can see lots of climbers, but the forest is not as thick as that seen before. Next one please. Next one. And see on the left side, a very large tree, very huge tree, and this is Thurailkavu in Kozhikode, a very large sized tree, just like that we saw in the Kavu in Ernakulam. And Here also you can see a very large tree, and if you focus, you can see a monkey, one or two monkeys sitting on top of the branches. And see, here also you can see a large number of trees. Just like a rubber plantation, you can see a large number of trees. And that is fishery cover, and this is rail cover in Kolkata. So, I showed you all these pictures to show that the sacred groves preserve or support large number of flora and fauna. And the fauna, we couldn't get any pictures, but you know the mongoose, birds, amphibians, and all that are there. That's the most important aspect of the sacred grove. They are repositories of they are gene pools, collection of flora and fauna. Second, and the most important service done by the sacred groves is that they retain or conserve water. And this is the most well documented ecological feature provided by the sacred groves. Because all the sacred groves are associated with ponds or streams. Usually all of them will have a pond or a well. Some will be having some streams. Even rivers originate from sacred groves. We have seen in Kasaragod district from Kammadangava, a river originates. Likewise, there are others also, and many of the sacred groves have such water bodies, perennial water bodies like ponds and wells. Moreover, during the rainy season, since the forest canopy is thick, the water falling during the rainy season will come down and fall on the ground. And what is in the ground? In the ground, there is a thick mat formed by the fallen leaves. Some of the leaves are fully decomposed, some are partially decomposed, some are about to decompose, and some are new, fresh. All these will form a thick mat, form something like a cushion, something like a sponge. So when the water falls down from the canopy of the forest, its force will be reduced. It will fall on top of it. So that just like a sponge, it will absorb water. Then it will percolate. It will seep down the soil and will be going to the groundwater. So they will stabilize the groundwater table. And once the rain is gone, this will slowly come out as streams or rivulets like that. And so it stabilizes water table and recharges the aquifer. So that when a sacred grove is present in an area, it will provide water throughout the year. Because the sacred groves are efficient in conserving water. Then third, another one is conserve soil. The soil, it enhances soil quality because all the fallen leaves and other parts of trees and also the dead bodies of animals and all those will decompose and that will increase the soil quality. And since the sacred groves conserve water, there is less chance for soil erosion. Soil erosion occurs when the raindrops fall forcefully on the surface of soil so that the soil will be flown away along with the water currents. So when the water goes down into the soil little by little, there is no scope of soil erosion. So it reduces soil erosion and these are repositories of humus. Then it regulates local climate. We know when we go near a sacred grove, we know that if we feel like we are near an air conditioner. So sacred grove serves as natural air conditioners. The temperature around sacred groves is much less than that elsewhere. Then the humidity also is very high. Then the wind currents. Since there are large trees and a group of trees there, it will reduce the strength of the winds so that the crops will not be affected by the winds. Then it purifies air. Since there is a large collection of plants there, they will produce a lot of oxygen and which is sufficient to purify the air. Moreover, they will filter away the pollutants. Air pollutants present are filtered away by the thick patch of trees. These are some of the pictures I would like to show you. This is a small rivulet or
அந்த
a canal inside a sacred grove we visited, and this will not dry up even in harsh
பேர் என்ன
summers.
ஜோஸ்பின்?
And so the right picture is a pond, sacred grove pond in which Pistia fills the entire space. But the surrounding places will be getting a lot of water always. And these water bodies are actually places where the animals, birds, etc. can meet their water requirements, especially during periods of summer. And the left one is also a pond, and there I would like to tell you one thing. This is a pond in a sacred grove in Alapuzha near Karikadu. This is called Thiruvilanga Tower, and the peculiarity of this pond is that the deity resides inside this pond. And so the deity is actually Durga, and this deity, since she resides inside the pond, she is called Jala Durga. Jala means water. And till the festival season, the deity remains under the water in this particular pond. And when the festival season is during the festival season, the priest will go there after certain rituals. The idol will be taken out, washed, and done pujas and all that. And after the festival, she will be placed back into this pond. So this is one unique feature of a particular sacred grove in Kerala. And the right one, it's a common feature everywhere in Kerala. Sacred groves are associated with kind foods. So generally seen, sacred groves are associated with one or the other kind of water bodies, either a pond, well, spring, paddy field, or like that. So it serves to conserve water. Then, but what is the current status of the sacred groves? As mentioned in this slide, they are ignored, mismanaged, deteriorated, manipulated, and transformed. You could understand the meaning of all these words. They are totally ignored. Nobody wants to maintain a sacred grove. Even when a sacred grove is present there, nobody cares. So they gradually gets deteriorated. Mismanaged. There are the Emerson boards in Kerala for managing the sacred groves. But actually what they are doing, they are actually mismanaging the Travancore Emerson board and also the Malabar Emerson board. All the sacred groves under their control are under threat. There are various reasons. We are not going into the details. Then the deteriorated. Many of the sacred groves in Kerala are deteriorated because of various reasons. Earlier, there were joint family system. There were many people to look after the sacred groves, but gradually the system got changed to the nuclear family, and nobody has time to spare for the sacred groves, and so they gradually got deteriorated. Then manipulated and transformed. Now, people are not ready to accept the sacred groves as such. They want to make it modern. So many of them are transformed into modern temples. And once the deities are shifted to the new temple, the sacred grove associated with this ignored. So gradually it will be taken over by unwanted plants, invasive plants. So what I would like to focus on two major threats faced by the sacred groves. One is fragmentation. This leads to all other threats. This is the major threat faced by the sacred grove, fragmentation. And this leads to area shrinkage. The area will decrease. And this degradation will gradually lead to the invasion by alien species, because due to population pressure and biomass and agricultural requirements, the sacred groves will be fragmented. And this isolation and degradation will make the interiors exposed. And once the interiors are exposed, some other types of plants come there. For example, the dry deciduous types and the light-loving plants come there. And that will change the total floral composition. So the evergreen floral composition changes to dry deciduous types. So there will be changes in the faunal composition also. likewise. And this will change the microclimate. And this, so the area has changed totally. The microclimate has changed. So now the area is more suitable for some other plants, and these are called invasive species. There are a number of invasive plants. Once a plant reaches there, it will overpower all the plants there. There are a number of invasive plants. I will show you some of the pictures later. So facilitate establishment of invasive species and endangers endemic species. The endemic species surviving there will be in danger when the invasive species overpower. Then second one is changing social structure. This nature-centric, sacred groves represent nature-centric worship. And nowadays, it has been replaced by temples in the name of modernization. And as I mentioned earlier, once the deities are shifted to the modern temple, the surrounding places will be irrelevant. And they will be immediately converted for other usage, or they will be exploited in various ways. Cattle grazing, collection of forest to produce, encroachment, and all of that. So these are the two major threats faced by the sacred groves. And what actually are the reasons for the degradation? Some of the important reasons I have pointed out here. One is changed attitudes, new generation people. The new gen people, they are in an electronic era. They are not ready to come out of that. And they are not interested in sacred groves. Second one, erosion of religious beliefs. Many people, most of the sacred groves are maintained by Hindus. Now most of the Hindus are out of the religion. They do not have religious beliefs. So they don't believe in worshipping the nature or worshipping the idol space and worshipping the serpent god or like that. So erosion of religious beliefs. Then loss of traditional values. Nobody cares for the traditional values. Everyone is going after modernization. And all these have led to encroachment of land. And there is increased need for land. The land is only fixed amount of land is available there, but the population explosion is there. Everyone wants a house. So they will be encroaching on the property of the sacred grove nearby. Then clearing for various purposes. Sacred groves will be cleared for cultivation, for construction of buildings, for collecting forest produce. Like that. Then overexploitation. If somebody is allowed to enter into the sacred grove, they will exploit it to the maximum. That is firewood collection, then collection of honey or other forestry produce like that. Then growth of invasive species, as you mentioned earlier. Then transformation into modern temples. All these are reasons for the degradation of sacred groves in Kerala. These are some of the pictures to show you the some aspects of degradation. Here on the top left corner, you can see a modern temple. There is a sacred grove around it, but this temple has been built by destroying a major portion of the sacred grove. And the second one above, you can see some type of an encroachment. A concrete building stands near the wall of the sacred grove, and the tarpaulin sheet is coming inside it. So some sort of, this will gradually come in. Encroachment. Third one, usually in sacred groves, there are no concrete walk paths. But here you can see, by destroying some plants there, a concrete path has been built. Then the lower left one, you can see a thick forest beyond, and in the front portion, the area has been cleared for some purpose. I don't know for what. And the building also is concrete. The center also is concrete, made of concrete. The next one, there also you can see tiles. Although it is a laterite stone, this type of tiling is not permitted in sacred groves, in traditional sacred groves, but that has been done there. The third one also, in the below right hand corner, there also you can see a footpath, a tiled footpath. All these are against the tradition of sacred groves. Then these are some of the alien invasive species. The top left, that is written there, soap bark. This is this is soap bark means in Malayalam we call it incha. Used as a it is used during the bath time. be used as a sponge. And when this plant is present in a sacred grove, it will gradually overgrow even the tallest trees there, so that the trees will gradually perish. And the top right hand corner, Mecania scandens. This is a climber, and this is one, and this is in Malayalam called Dhritarashtra Pacha. In Mahabharata, Dhritarashtra, who is Dhritarashtra? And he has a peculiar behavior. He liked to embrace Bhishma. And but knowing this, Sri Krishna made a metallic Bhima there and placed it before the blind Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra embraced him and it was crushed into pieces. So, likewise, if this plant attacks a sacred grove, the grove is gone forever. It will kill the forest. It will kill it. If this climbs on a plant, it will be killed. So that is called Dhritarashtra Pacha. Dhritarashtra Pacha in Malayalam. This is Mecania scandens. Then below left hand side it is called Communist Pacha in Malayalam. It is Chromalina odorata. I think all of you are the natural science people. So it is botanically called Chromalina odorata, Prohibitory moderatum. It is good for, now it is identified to be good for chikungunya people. And that also is an invasive plant. It grows in plenty thousands and will suppress all other vegetation there. Around the right side, right hand bottom corner, that is Lantana species. That also is an alien species which invades sacred groves and forests and damages, destroys them. And the central picture is a distant view of the invasion of climbers over very large size of the trees. You can see that these large trees were overpowered by the climbers. The climbers climbed over the large size of the tree and gradually their branches and all those were degraded and fallen down. So there were so many sacred groves of this status. You could find many of them. Then what happens when the sacred groves degrade? One major damage caused by the degradation is drying up of nearby wells, streams, springs and canals. Even in villages, we experience it, especially in Kerala, even much before the onset of summer season, the wells, streams, springs and canals dry. This is because of the absence of a sacred grove. If a sacred grove were present there, it would have conserved water and would have released water little by little in the form of streams, springs, etc. So drying up of nearby wells. Then second one is loss of habitat for animals and birds. Now animals, snakes, birds, small animals, etc. have no place to live in. So they are coming into human habitations and there are constant conflict between these. The third one, extinction of endemic plants and animals. Many endemic plants are getting extinct due to the degradation of forests, the degradation of sacred groves. And in sacred groves are places where endemic plants, local plants were grown, and due to degradation of them, the endemic plants also gone. Then reduced availability of rare home remedy plants. Many people, especially the local Vaidyans, doctors, relied on the plants of the sacred grove for treatment. And due to degradation, many of the rare home remedy plants have disappeared. And finally, climatic changes. When the absence of a sacred grove will increase the temperature, the action of heat will increase, then crop damages more, pest infections more. So all these will be caused by the damage to sacred groves. Next one. Okay, next one, please. Next one. These are some of the pictures showing the endangered organisms. The left on top, a bird. This is white-bellied sea eagle that is being severely endangered because this used to build its nest on top of tall trees of the coastal sacred groves. But in coastal areas, Doris desert trees are now absent. So they are unable to lay their eggs there. So they are now in IUCN blacklist. They are severely endangered. The second one on top and just below, the owls, barn owl and ordinary owl. These are also inhabitants of the forest, of the sacred groves. And due to degradation, these are now rare in number, very less in number. Then on the left, you can see a brown colored organism. This is the monitor lizard. These were also inhabitants of the forest, sacred grove forest. And on the right side, I would like to say a few points about that. It's written there as Myristica swamp. Myristica swamp is a peculiar type of ecosystem, a very rare type of ecosystem that also has been enlisted as endangered. And here, only plants belonging to the Myristicaceae family. Myristica is maybe knowing maize, M-A-C-E, maize. The plants giving maize, spice plant. And plants belonging to this particular family grow there. Only those plants grow there. And that's why they are called Myristica swamps. And the soil there is always waterlogged. So no availability of oxygen below. So the roots may not be getting enough oxygen for respiration. So they usually come over the surface of soil in the form of arches. You can see there, in the form of arches, many roots are seen, and these are called the knee roots, K-N-E-E, knee roots. And these knee roots are characteristic feature of the Myristica swamps. And in Myristica swamps, no other trees will grow. This is because the fruits and seeds fall just below the tree. They will germinate, so that in a particular area you can see trees of different sizes and ages. And this place is the place for the regeneration of a large number of animals, small size organs, amphibians, likewise. So when this ecosystem is lost, all the organisms which depend on this ecosystem for regeneration will be lost. That's the Myristica swamp. We could see Myristica swamps in 2-3 sacred groves, especially in Kasaragod district. And these are some of the plants which are well known to you.